Hi and welcome to Watch the Time. It's an absolutely stunning day. Yesterday was awful. I did a couple of videos and I've uploaded those yesterday, and I just wanted to do a State of the Collection 2021 to start the year off, and then it's interesting to then look back over the year and see where you end up from the beginning. And I recently looked at like one of my first ever State of the Collection videos, and I haven't got any of the watches that are in that collection, and it just makes you think. Now I've consolidated my collection and then expanded it a bit, and part of that is to do with YouTube videos, getting watches in for review, and part of it is getting watches for myself. And you know, I've bought a couple of sort of grail watches, if you like, recently, and I'm really sort of nailing down what I like in watches and my kind of styles. And the danger of that is that you end up with a collection of watches that all look quite similar, but then you think, well, it's because that's what I like. But I don't know, you know, see for yourself. This is my watch collection at the moment. I've got 12 watches, which is my absolute maximum now. I don't let myself get beyond that. So if I'm looking at buying new watches in for review, that's fine, they'll come and go. But now and again you'll get a watch that comes in for review and then I keep it, and the Steeldive is a prime example of that. You know, it was a watch that came in, I was going to review it and sell it the very next day kind of thing, and I've kept it. So you end up with, you know, building up a few watches. But what I do is I split my watches out at the moment, and this back row is all watches, including that Steeldive, which I could potentially sell if necessary. And whether I will or not is another matter, because I'm quite happy with this collection. But what I don't like is having a collection of watches that I'm sitting there looking at thinking, I haven't worn you for 3 months, in which case I will sell you. So that's kind of my sort of philosophy. I'm not really into, I've done the whole, you know, I need a dress watch, a field watch, a pilot's watch, a dive watch, a beta watch, an everyday watch. I've kind of done all that, and I've got no need for like a dedicated dress watch, and I just found myself buying them because I thought I should, and never wore them, because I'd always have another watch that I'd wear over and above that, so, you know, then sell that other watch. Same with field watches. I've had quite a few field watches, and then I thought, do you know what, I don't know why I've got that, because I would wear a different watch under those circumstances. And then you get watches like the Tudor Black Bay 58 that come along and make you question why you've got any other watches at all. And this watch has seriously done that to me. And you know, it could force me to sell a lot more of my watches. We'll see how 2021 progresses. So I'm going to spin the camera around, go in, and I'm going to show each watch one by one, and I'll do, I'm actually just going to show the watch on wrist for each one of them, starting with the stunning and newly modified. If you haven't seen my video, I have drilled holes in the bracelet, and it wears perfectly now, so it's kind of close to my perfect watch, the stunning Tudor Black Bay 58. Hope you enjoy. So first up on wrist there we have the Tudor Black Bay 58. I know there was a lot of hype about this watch, and I wasn't overly keen on just sort of jumping on the bandwagon, if you like. But now I've got the watch, I'm really pleased with it. I say it is one of those watches that makes me question why I've got any other watches. It is a fantastic watch. It's a perfect size, it fits great, it works great, it's deadly accurate. Now I've done the little mod with the extra hole on the clasp. It wears perfectly, the bracelet is lovely quality, really nicely made. It's you know, it's a great watch. It's got great heritage. You've got the links to the, you know, the Tudor prints in the Rolex Oyster case, and you know, it's a fantastic everyday watch. But it's still, you know, a bit like a Submariner in that it's a great everyday watch. It's a tool watch essentially, but slightly more fancy. So that's the Black Bay 58. So next up is my first ever Casio. It's just a little, it was a £12 Casio. It's a fantastically featured model in that it has an alarm, dual time, countdown timer, stopwatch, got a light, you know, all the usual things that a Casio would have. It's a W728, a bit small for me now, but I took this watch to Mexico because I just wanted a cheap watch that I didn't want to ruin the watch that I had at the time, which was a Tag Heuer F1 watch. So that's the little Casio. So next up we have the Casio G-Shock DW9052. This is a recent acquisition, £30 off of eBay. You know, just a great beater watch. You really can't beat this. £30 is a you know, really good price in the UK for a G-Shock, and I'm really happy with it. Nothing fancy. It's got all the functions apart from the GMT function of the previous Casio. So a very basic module, but you know, a real good beater watch. Great for swimming, diving, canoeing, anything like that. It's yeah, just a great little watch. So next up we have the Seiko Arnie reissue, another great watch. This is kind of this was my beta watch when I don't have a Casio. I've got it on a lovely Watch Gecko canvas strap, wears absolutely beautifully, super comfortable. I often wear this for work when you know, I want to beat a watch, but I'm not going to beat it up that badly. But I want something that's got a date on it, the time. It's got an alarm function. It's got a stopwatch. You know, it is a well-featured watch. Great loom. You know, a great Seiko quartz movement. Yeah, the Seiko Arnie is a bit of a modern-day classic. So an absolute keeper in the collection. Absolutely love the Seiko Arnie. Next up, we have the Citizen Promaster Diver, a great alternative to a Seiko SKX. Fantastic loom. Bit of a noisy old beast, and this one's well beaten up, but super comfortable. Got it on a nice waffle strap, kind of suits it quite nice. Robust, rugged, reliable, really visible night and day. Keeps really good time. I think we're -2 seconds on this one. All my watches keep really good time. It is a dive watch. It's a certified Diver 200 watch. Yeah, really like it. Super comfortable as well. That sort of SKS style case, you can't beat it. Really great. Next up, probably one of the best watches I found of the year. I mean, if I had to pick a watch that was in all categories best watch that I bought in 2020, this is probably it. Even though the Black Bay 58 is a stunning watch, this cost me £105 plus £8 for a decent clasp, a milled clasp, and you know, it's a fantastic watch. Deadly accurate, sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel insert. Not that I'm particularly keen on ceramic bezels, but it means it'll wear nicely. You know, Seiko NH35 movement. It's styled on the Seiko Willard, so it's beautifully beautifully made. You know, to me this is a £200-300 watch dressed down to £105, but there's no corners cut here. So I had an issue with the clasp, but I replaced it for an £8 upgrade, and it's perfect now. It's just a great watch. It's got one of the best crown actions I've got on any watch, bar none. And yeah, just a fantastic watch. This would be my watch of 2020, without a doubt. The Steeldive SD1970, I think it's called. Great watch. Next up, we got the Vostok Komandirskie GMT. Just a fun watch, cheap as chips. These are just a fun watch, but it's a functional GMT. They take some getting used to with the wobbly crowns, and getting them dialed in accurate is not always easy. This one's pretty good, a couple of seconds a day. It's a GMT function on it. This is set to Russian time as well as UK time, and lovely bit of domed acrylic crystal on there. You know, a real tool-like watch. Wears lovely on a NATO. And I've seen these on mesh straps as well. They look really nice on the mesh strap, but I just wear it on this blue NATO, which is an unusual colour for a watch that has no blue on it, but it seems to work really well, and yeah, really like it. Can't beat a Vostok just for fun, just for a bit of fun. Don't take them too seriously, just a bit of fun. But it is a functional watch. They're good water resistance, reliable, rugged, great beta watches. Next up we have the Timex Waterbury port, styled on a porthole. It's got a fixed bezel, but it's yes, a nicely sort of styled watch. Got a bit of dive watch about it. We've got 100 meters of water resistance. We've got the fantastic Indiglo, so it's a great legible watch night and day. You can't beat Indiglo for a night watch, other than the fact that you have to use your second hand to actually to activate the Indiglo. But yeah, great watch. I've got it on a blue NATO at the moment. I might try this on a brown leather, but we'll see. I'm not sure if that will work with the blue, but I'm going to give it a go. But yeah, really nice little watch, not expensive, great as a gift for someone. It's a quartz, so it's accurate, it's always running, and reliable. Yeah, and the grey indigo is fantastic. Next up we have the Pagani sports chronograph. It's obviously a homage to the Daytona, but it's a nice watch. It's just a quartz. I think they call it like a mecha quartz or something, but it all works. It keeps good time. It's I don't know if the real Daytona is like this, but when you look at it there, super legible, but now and again you can't see the hands, they disappear in the light. But it's because it's a white dialed watch, it's a nice summery watch, and on a day like today with you know, jeans and just a top or a t-shirt or something, it's almost t-shirt weather, but just a top, you know, it's a great fun watch, and I think it looks really nice, and it wears beautifully on wrist, wears absolutely beautifully. Really nice bracelet. The bracelet has got the little flick flack system on it where it gives you an extra 5mm if you get a bit warm and your wrist expands. So yeah, just a great cheap, I think this would cost me about £50 in the AliExpress sale, and again a good little gift for someone. A really great little watch. And just while I'm talking about it, all these watches I've reviewed on my channel, so if you want to have a look through at any of them in particular in more detail, you'll find a review. So the Pagani sports chronograph. Next up we've got the Dan Henry 1963, a watch that my partner bought me, and it reminds me of the year she was born, which is really nice looking watch. Again, another mecha quartz chronograph, so it's always ready to go, it's reliable. This is probably the longest stayer in the collection since I started collecting watches, and it will always be in my collection. I've got it now on this Watch Gecko strap, this camber strap, and it wears beautifully. It was on leather, which I was never happy with, but this is really comfortable now on this, and it's proved to be a great reliable watch. Really enjoy it. Dan Henry 1963. So next up we have my Omega Seamaster Professional 300. It was a very specific watch that I was looking for. I wanted the quartz, I wanted the sort of Brosnan style one, and this is, you know, an old watch now, but it's probably one of my oldest that I've got in the collection, bordering on vintage I suppose for a quartz, but absolutely stunning watch. I love the colour of the bezel on this, aluminium bezeling, so it's great because they patina beautifully. But this was the exact model I want, with the slightly longer hands. We've got the applied Omega logo. Just a great watch. I paid a really, what I think, good price for it. Got it box papers, you know, fantastic condition. Absolutely love this watch. It wears beautifully on this big, manly, chunky wide bracelet. But it's yeah, it's a beautiful watch, and I just absolutely love it. This was one of my first sort of Grail type luxury watches. And then on to the watch that kind of heads up my collection, the Omega Speedmaster Professional Moon Watch. The kind of sits at the head of my collection. It was a Grail of mine, watch that I really wanted for a long time. I got in just before they've released the new version, which is a lot more money. It's over £1,000 dearer than this. I really like this model. Out of all the ones that I've seen, I've kind of homed in on this one. Really enjoy it. The opening of the box and the experience, the whole package is just absolutely fantastic. I've got it on this really deep burgundy Watch Gecko leather strap, and I'm really enjoying it on that. Super comfortable, fits the wrist beautifully. It's a hand wind watch, but it's keeps really good time. We're within 2 seconds a day, and you know, it's got a good functioning timer on it, so you know, it's a fantastic all-round watch. But yeah, absolutely love that. So that's it, that's the collection. So as I said before, if there's anything there that takes your fancy and you want to see a review on it, I've got reviews on all these watches on my channel, so you can just have a little hunt around and find them. I don't go into too much technical details. I kind of, it's for me, it's a case of, you know, how does it fit, how does it feel, how does it make you feel, is it a legible watch, is it a useful watch, and do you enjoy wearing it? That's the key. So it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a, you know, a $12 Casio or a Black Bay that's really popular, and you know, you don't want it because everyone else has got one. But you know, at the end of the day, just get what you want and enjoy. So that's my state of the collection at the start of 2021, and let's see how this progresses and see what we end up with at the end of 2021. Now for now, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.